Approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's carried. Approval of minutes, regular meeting, August 13th, 2016. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's carried. Special session, study session, September 3rd. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's carried. Hamburg Happenings, Mr. Eastless.
Thank you, President Zamora, members of the board. We have had a great couple of weeks, and I would first like to have Linda Jeffries, please.
Good evening, President Zamora, members of the governing board, and Mr. Eastless. Recently, across our social media platforms, we have featured athletic events, Carol G. Peck's Second Cup of Coffee, and a service learning project being done by 3rd and 4th grade GATE students. We've also launched the social media campaign this week for National Arts and Education Week, highlighting the arts in Alhambra District. In fact, one tweet showing the use of educational technology in Miss Francis' art class at Carol G. Peck was favorited by Governor Pat McCrory of North Carolina. Last Thursday, a reporter from News Channels 3 and 5 interviewed 7th grade teacher Anna Nethery from Granada East School about a new interactive math program being used in their classrooms called Front Row. We were expecting this segment to have already aired, but due to other more pressing issues in our state, it has not been televised. But keep your eyes on Channels 3 and 5 for this great marketing segment. Alhambra tax credits are now being accepted online, and we hope all of you will help us reach our goal of $100,000 this year. The law recently changed, and now people have until April 15th to contribute for the previous tax year. So no more excuses. You can donate online the day you file your taxes. So visit our website to give now and get it all back. We look forward to honoring our exemplary staff and students, and the principals have revamped our district-level recognition programs, now called Spotlight Students and Spotlight Staff Members. One student and one staff member from each school will be recognized by the board on a monthly basis beginning in October. And finally, we have a few upcoming events I would like to invite the board to attend. Representative Debbie McCune Davis will spend the day with Rodell exemplary teacher Christy Pitkowski and Principal Stacy O'Rourke at Granada Primary on Thursday, September 24th from 9:30 to 11 a.m. for Bring Your Legislator to School Day. Our Business Partners Breakfast is Thursday, October 1st at 7:30 a.m. and schools are preparing for Bring Your Parents to School Day on October 8th. So we hope that you're able to join us for these events. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jeffries. Mrs. Whalen?
Good evening, Mr. Zamora, members of the board, and Mr. Eastless. It has been an active week in academic services. Yesterday was our annual staff development, district staff development day. Our K-8 classroom teachers received content information in using and implementing the integrated ELA science focus lessons and math formative assessments that were designed by our district teachers in our summer committees who actually participated as co-presenters. They were also provided time to apply the new learning and participated in team collaborative planning. Our Alhambra SCI teachers learned how to effectively integrate content standards and the ELP standards to meet the needs of our ELL students. During these training sessions, the SCI teachers were also given time, tools, and strategies to develop a content lesson integrating ELP grammar standards. Erin Crawford, district SPED teacher at Catalina, presented and trained identified teachers in the Crisis Prevention and Intervention program, and Pat Summers presented CHAMPS training to our K-8 district special ed teachers, speech pathologists, OTPTs, and psychologists. Our special area teachers are in transition this year to new standards. They began to work collaboratively to create curriculum guides that will reflect these new standards. In close, it was a successful day of collaboration amongst the Alhambra team that will impact student learning outcomes. Alhambra's raising the roof with technology usage. District coaches have been committed to supporting teachers with methods of integrating technology into the content areas of instruction, as we know how critical this is for our students. Gaggle serves as our students' collaborative document and email service to our kids in grades K-8. The total student logins since July 1 are at 15,418 compared to 2,148 this time last year. Also, our unique logins are at 2,896 compared to 86 at this time last year. Gaggle Tube is being utilized more, and iOS logins are at 799. We are very excited to continue to support teachers in integrating technology and preparing our students for the future. Mark LaLiberty, District Academic Coach for Science, along with our Junior High Mesa Club sponsors, attended the Mesa Advisory Training Institute last Friday and Saturday, held at the Biosphere near Tucson. Alhambra staff received the Mesa engineering design process. They also discussed strategies and best practices for maximizing the results of their individual clubs. Lastly, the team received the specifications for all the engineering challenges that students will face this year. You know, that's what we have done so well in one. Finally, 3rd and 4th grade gifted and talented education students will be applying academic skills to help our students in the Alhambra preschool program prepare for success in kindergarten and beyond. They started the journey with a needs assessment to determine the priorities within the preschool classroom. They then evaluated various data to support the needs that include classroom observations, discussion with the teachers, and finally a Q&A with the preschool director, Mrs. Martinez. After much analysis and discussion, our GATE students have decided to create educational games, activities, and books for the preschool lending library. They will use the preschool standards, their list of monthly themes, and their own creativity to develop ideas for these important learning tools. Our GATE students will be learning and applying research skills, technology skills, and creative expression throughout this project. And in December, they will hand deliver the games to the preschool and demonstrate with our littlest learners how to enjoy the games, activities, and books.
Thank you, Mrs. Whalen. Mr. Rivera?
Mr. Zamora, members of the board, and Mr. Islas, the district's Employee Wellness Committee is off to a great start. Currently, the committee is sponsoring a district-wide sleep awareness challenge. Over a 3-week period of time, district employees are being challenged to allow themselves 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep in an attempt to encourage good sleep habits which contribute to a healthy lifestyle. Additionally, the committee is preparing for the fall volleyball tournament, which will be held at Catalina Ventura School on October the 9th. Awards will include first, second, and third place trophies, as well as recognition for the team with the most spirit, greatest participation, and overall sportsmanship. In follow-up to this past spring's biometric screenings, employees will have the opportunity to complete a mid-year wellness exam through their physician as a part of our district's ongoing wellness efforts that encourage our employees to know your numbers. On Wednesday, September 16th, our school secretaries had the opportunity to participate in professional development. During the session, participants received training on business practices related to the management of school financial accounting. In addition, support was provided in the processing of highly qualified teacher data. Participants overwhelmingly indicated their appreciation for this professional development opportunity and requested additional sessions. We have now completed the issuance of annual Arizona teacher and principal performance classifications as required by the state of Arizona. Classifications are based upon employee performance, and we are very excited to announce that for the 2014-2015 school year, just over $2 million was earned by and awarded to Alhambra educators. Congratulations to those outstanding educators who have contributed once again to the success of our students and our district.
Thank you, Mr. Rivera. I'm actually going to get involved in that wellness program, although I don't really want to know my numbers right now, so we'll have to make an adjustment. Dr. Virgil.
Thank you, Mr. Islas. Maintenance Department had 137 new work order tickets originated this week and closed out 160 existing ones. We currently have a total of 302 open work order tickets the maintenance crew is working on. Transportation received a load of diesel fuel this week at a cost of $1.81 per gallon. That is down from $3.12 per gallon at this time last year, for a savings of about $9,700. We're still down 6 drivers, and we still have 2 in the process of getting their certification, and we now have 3 in training. Child nutrition is staying busy serving breakfast and lunch, including starting the breakfast for lunch theme again this year. That is where they serve breakfast for lunch. This month it was cinnamon glazed French toast, hash brown stars, a banana and milk. The students and adults really enjoy it. They are also busy supporting various school initiatives such as the Student of the Month celebration at Cordova Middle Cafeteria, the first hot dog dinner for the Parent Academy at ATS, and at Andalusia Middle Cafeteria, good manners and positive help from students is rewarded by the principal with a fine dining experience. Once a month, a dozen student names are drawn in a raffle from a group of those that were noticed doing something special. The lucky winners get to sit on the stage at a nicely decorated table with a centerpiece, and the office staff serve them their lunch tray. And in the business office, we're just about ready for the auditor visit scheduled in just over a week, and we're busy compiling the information for the annual financial report, which will be presented to the board at the October 15th governing board meeting. And that's a snapshot of activities in the business department.
Thank you, Dr. Virgil. Such a nice story about Andalusia, and then you had to bring up the auditors. Thank you. I'm sure we'll be all right.
Yin and yang.
Dr. White.
Mr. Zamora,
Sorry, Mr. Zamora, members of the board, and Mr. Eastless. The Alhambra Foundation for the Future Employee Fall Campaign raised $52,435 for student scholarships for students who were promoted from the Alhambra School District. The total funds raised this year were 60% over last year, so we're celebrating already. Our employees did an exceptional job of raising funds for all of these college-bound students. And I want to extend a special thank you to all of our Alhambra Foundation for the Future representatives from both our schools and departments for their outstanding efforts. Additionally, I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Richard Holmes, who is the outreach coordinator at Sevier Primary School, for his extraordinary fundraising efforts. Mr. Holmes and the Sevier Primary School, they collectively raised $5,171 toward this campaign, which was an 87% increase over last year for their campus. So, way to go, Richard and Team Management. On September 8th, we hosted the Maricopa County Juvenile Probation Court Unified Truancy Court suppression training for our school administrators and attendance clerks. The CUTS program provides schools with a protocol and with forms to support schools with regard to students in the juvenile probation department. The protocols actually encourage schools to work with their parents and students regarding truant behavior. Also, they support them through notifications of letters and meetings with conferences with parents and students to suppress any opportunities for truancy. We're also excited that we have hired the very first district nurse, which is an RN for our district. Brianna Hoopy is our new nurse for the district, and she's been hired to oversee the health assistance for all 15 schools. She will be specifically working with those schools who have high-need students who require additional health care. We're also excited that the Alhambra School District staff development, as Ms. Whalen mentioned, was held on yesterday, September 16th, and I had the opportunity to visit several campuses. I was very elated to be a part of the Granada Primary, Carol G. Peck, and Barcelona campuses in particular. I would like to say that the facilitation of these staff development opportunities were absolutely outstanding and correlate with conversations that I've had concerning district calendar support for how we provide staff development to teachers. My conversations with teachers have been very fluid, and communication has been that they were extremely excited. They were very appreciative, and they enjoyed the opportunity to plan together with their content area teachers as well as their grade level teachers across the district, and they'd like to see more of that. I, along with additional members of our team, our district level administrators, attended the 39th annual ASBA Law Pre-Conference and Conference on September 9th through 11th. During this time, we had an opportunity to, you have many opportunities to participate in breakout sessions, but one of the keynote speakers was extremely impressive. Her name was Emily Balzamon. She presented from her book, Sticks and Stones, and a particular presentation dealt with defeating the culture of bullying and rediscovering the power of character and empathy. I was especially impressed with that content, and I'm more interested in seeing that kind of information shared amongst our team here. And finally, I'd like to say in collaboration with the Grand Canyon University, we've been able to organize and schedule Grand Canyon Division STEM field trips for 5 middle schools here in our district. Andalusia, Cordova Middle School, Granada East, Montebello, and Sevilla West have been selected to participate in this STEM initiative. This program is going to be a 2.5-hour program which will include a tour of their campus for what they're calling You Are College Bound and Are You College Ready. This focus is going to be on STEM as well as on STEM careers, and we're looking forward to the information that will be shared to help our kids create a better image of what they can do in preparing for college and getting them motivated to know that we believe that they are college material and they can be college ready. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. White. And Mr. Zamora, members of the board, I actually want to piggyback on what Dr. White and how she complimented academic services. Mrs. Whalen, Marion Vandermeer, Missy Penniman, outstanding job on the staff development. I've been visiting many schools since your workshop, and just a great vibe with the teachers on how it was rolled out. The content, a lot of teachers loved being with their grade levels, and just overall, a really, really good day for our teachers, and I really appreciate that. I think Missy and Marion, are you guys in the audience? Would you please stand for a second, please? Thank you. And that's our report.
Thank you. So we're going to item B, which we do not have any cards for. Item E, board action, approval consent agenda. The board approved the consent agenda. Documentation concerning the item on consent agenda may be reviewed at the district office. Items on the consent agenda will be removed from the consent agenda and discussed at a regular agenda item upon request of any governing board member. Do I have a motion for the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes carried. We'll go on to item E.02, first reading of policy GBI. The board approved the first reading of policy GBI, staff participation in political activities. The legislator amended ARS 15511 with House Bill 2613, which added language related to prohibitions on the use of public resources to influence elections while defining routine school district communications. We don't need to vote on that yet, so. All right, is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, ayes carried. Comments. At this time, comments from the board. I think we're all able to know our mission statement of the Alhambra School District. Any governing board member are encouraged to share any comments relevant to Alhambra's mission statement at this time. Yes.
President Zamora, members of the board, Superintendent Eastless. I just wanted to report back. I attended the delegate convention for ASBA this last weekend, which it was kind of all over the map in some of the debates that we had. For those of you who have attended before, you know it can get a little far into the weeds sometimes, and we did that a few times, but there was good discussion. Mainly coming back to, I know as we approve what we would like the ASBA to focus on in the legislative year, you know, we usually go along with what they say for the most part, but one point was brought up at this, and this is something that we might consider as we go into the next years, advocating for ASBA to take a more focused look at what they actually want on the legislative agenda. Instead of having something 5 pages, let's have something that's 2 pages at the very most. Maybe there's a list of, instead of, you know, a short-term and long-term, and right now we have short-term and long-term, and condense it to 3 or 4 each one. unfortunately, a lot of what ASB takes to the legislature gets shot down anyway. But if we can focus efforts on those sort of things and advocate on behalf of those school boards and those school districts, especially in the rural areas that are underrepresented in those urban districts that kind of get lost in the shuffle, I think that's important for us to look at getting to that next year. But there was good discussions surrounding, especially surrounding advocating for the full funding of all-day kindergarten and kind of how you could see the differences in between the opinions of rural districts when it comes to that, as opposed to the opinions of urban districts when it came to that, which was very, very interesting to me. But other than that, it was a nice time. We got a lot of good stuff done. We created good kind of direction for what we'd like ASB to focus on this next year. Also, one last thing, want to thank the staff over at Granada East for welcoming me in a couple weeks ago. It was a very, very nice time. Very impressed by the STEM classroom they have there. I kind of wanted to sit down and play as I walked through there. It was a really, really cool setup, but just really impressed with what's going on at that campus, being as it is my home neighborhood campus. So thank you to Principal Martinez and their staff for welcoming me.
And thank you for being the delegate. So, any other comments? I just wanted to briefly take a moment and say that I did attend the law conference with a lot of the administrators here in the district. First of all, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend. Thank you, Mr. Eastless, for allowing them to attend and for your attendance also. I think this is one of the more informative law conferences that I've been to, especially because it stimulated a lot of conversation between the administrators that I was sitting with and actually saw them engaging in a lot of the conversations that were going on. So I know a lot of that information was not only useful for them, but it's going to be useful for the district, and I know they're going to implement a lot of things that they've seen and were given information on there. So with that, comments from the public. And we do have some cards.